भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। Hare Krishna. So we had finished Hare Krishna. So we had finished chapter 3, but we had to discuss one verse of second last verse of chapter 3, 2, 3, 24, and then we'll proceed to chapter 4. Okay. So chapter 3 name is the Lord in the heart. Okay. Tat ashmasaram hridayam batedam Yadgriyamane Harinamaddheya Na vikriyate tat yada vikaro Netre jalam gatra ruhe shuharsha. Translation please.
Which, in spite of one's chanting the holy name of the Lord with concentration, does not change even when one displays such sign of transformation as tears in the eyes and ecstatic standing of hairs on end.
So it is being described, this verse is being spoken by whom? Sonak Rishi. And Sonak Rishi is inspiring, requesting Sud Goswamis to say, keep on discussing what did Parikshit Maharaj ask further. And then he's saying how this katha is relevant for us. Then he says, Ayu hartive punsan udyanastan chanyanaso. Then he also described those people in whose ear this Hari Katha has never entered. They are glorified by people like Swavidvarai Ushtakharai, that way. And then it is that continuation. And the people who have never heard Krishna Katha, he described limb by limb description. Their ear holes are like this, their eyes are like the plumes of the peacock feather, their legs are like the tree trunks. That all described. And now he is describing the inner state of heart. Okay. The inner state of heart is that tad ashmasaram hridayam batedam yad grihiyamanar harinam adheyai na vikrite tat yada vikaro netre jalam gat ruhe shuharsha. Okay. Tad ashmasaram hridayam batedam. Certainly that heart is steel framed. Ashmasaram. फौलाद का हृदय फौलाद सतत अश्मसारम हृदय बतेदम यद गृह नामेर हरिनाम देह which is continue chanting the holy name of the Lord dheya with concentration also na vikriye tatha yada vikaro, but there is no change in the heart, though there is a netre jalam gata ruheshu harsha. One is chanting with concentration also, one is having tears in the eyes also, and the hairs are also standing on the end. But still there is no change in the heart. That heart is steel framed. So we can think of our heart when we may not be chanting with concentration. There are no tears, no raising of hair. So what? Double steel framed heart or what? He is talking of those people who are chanting with concentration. Tears are also coming. Hairs are also raising in the hand. But there is no change in the heart. That is steel framed. Yeah, that's what is being explained. Interesting. Okay. So, first we'll read the commentary of Vishwanath Thakur. Someone can read the commentary.
The external limbs, individually and collectively, have been criticized. Now, the internal nature of a person, indifferent to the Lord's glories,
Is criticized.
is criticized.
Yeah.
That heart which does not transform by the many names of the Lord being chanted, Griyamanahi, is iron, Ashmasaram. The transformation is described. The body hair should stand up. The Sandarbha says that if one continually chants but the heart does not melt, that is a sign of Namaprad. However, it should not be said that simply by tears and hair standing on yen that a person has a melted heart. Rupa Goswami said, Nisarga pichale svanante tad abhasya paripicha sattva abhasum vinapi syu kvapi ashru pulakadaya. When a person has a hard heart and practices exhibiting the sattvika bhavas without even a touch of emotion, the appearance of tears or other symptoms are called nissattva. Bhakti Rasamrita in the 2.3.89. And in the devotees with very deep experience of prema, external tears and hairs standing on the yen may not be seen, even though they have melted hearts. Therefore, this verse should be explained as follows. That heart which does not transform with chanting, but still has tears in the eyes and his hairs standing on end, imitation, should be considered an iron heart. The extraordinary symptoms of the transformation of heart should be the list of items starting with Kshanti. Shantiravyartha kalatvam viraktirmanya sunyata ashabandha samutkanta namagane sadaruchi asaktastad gunakyane pritistad vasatistale iti adhyo anubhavah syur jata bhavanukrejane. The anubhavas are the characteristics of a person who has developed the bird of bhava are as follows: tolerance, not wasting time, detachment from enjoyment, pridelessness, confidence in the Lord's mercy, longing for the Lord, taste for chanting the name of the Lord, attachment to discussing about the Lord's qualities, and attachment to living in the abode of the Lord. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1, 3, 25 to 6.
So main point till now is that the main reason why the heart doesn't change is, as per Jiva Goswami, is Nam Aparad. No. Jiva Goswami also says in the Sandarbha, he gives an example of a mani, Chandrakanti mani. A Chandrakanti mani is such a wonderful mani that if I wear a ring with a Chandrakanti mani and if I keep my hand in the fire, my hand will not burn. So the Chandrakanti mani makes my hand fireproof. Similarly, although we are chanting the name, but if we are committing offenses, that offenses will make my heart mercy proof. Mercy will not enter. You know? We are in the moment of Lord Nityananda Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mercy is raining. You know? There is a tsunami of mercy. But if we are committing the offenses, we become mercy proof. Mercy cannot penetrate. Okay, but aparadh means what? Against mercy. Radha means mercy. Up means in the opposite direction. So if we commit nam aparadh, we go in the opposite direction of mercy. So mercy will not enter. So that is the main reason that because bahu janme adhikare shravana kirtan tadanapai Krishna pade prem dhan. Otherwise, the holy name is so powerful. It is more powerful than Hari. Hari Naam is more powerful than Hari. So, just by Nama Bhas, one can be liberated. If you just one chants purely with, so we can easily get the love of God. Because we commit offenses, that is the reason. Okay. So, what is the root of committing offenses? Pride. Yes. What do you say? Yeah. How the inattentiveness comes? Material desires come by pride. Because I think myself as the enjoyer, the doer and enjoyer. Pride. Pride means the moment we start thinking I am better than him, this is offensive mentality. And this is deeply ingrained in all of us. If I am not the best, at least I am better than someone. That is deeply inside us. So that's how when we chant, it's very difficult to chant without offenses. That's why the only way to get rid of this offensive mentality is to do what? Trinadapi sunichen, tarorapi sahishnuna, amanina mandin, kirtaniya sadahari. If you're not able to follow this verse, at least we should develop real deep appreciation for this verse. We should be longing for applying this verse. But my heart is so hard, more than steel framed. There is no appreciation for this verse also. I think this verse is not practical. This is for making others humble, not myself. I still have a lot of fears. If I try to become humble, I'll be exploited. People will make fool of me. So one should be smart here, get the things done. So for that, I have to be very, very smart. Yeah, humility, very नए बच्चों को पढ़ाओ. बाकी I know I'm not a kid. I know how to get my way through. So we come in this kind of zone after a few years. So there is not even appreciation for this verse. What to talk of applying this verse? So first of all, there should be genuine appreciation in our heart for this verse. Without this verse, applying this verse, there is no way we can even think of progressing in spiritual life. What of going back to Godhead? Because without appreciation for this verse, we will certainly commit offenses. No, we are in the offensive mentality only. Every time we are thinking, I am better than him, I am better than him, I am always better, I am the best, I am the better, I am the best. No, offensive. You see? Hmm? You want to say something? Huh?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Actually, I was waiting. If you finish, then I will ask.
Acha.
Yeah.
Acha. I thought you raised your hand. Acha. So it's very, very, very critical. So how to get rid of this mentality? So Harinam Chintamani, 10th offense is this only. Despite hearing the unlimited glories of the holy name, keeping the material attachments. Material attachment means me and mine. It starts with I am something. So I should have something, me and mine. This mentality. This is very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous, So how to start? So when we are chanting the holy name, the Trinadapi Sunichar means I am lower than the straw, I am more taller than the tree. Now to start with, at least I should start admitting that I am lower than the holy name. Each conditioned soul is thinking himself as the competitor of Krishna. So if I am chanting the holy name, who is superior, myself or the holy name? Who should be in the center, myself or the holy name? If in this assembly, all of a sudden Guru Maharaj comes, all of will get up. And if he wants to leave, we'll allow him to go first. He will become the center. The most respectable person becomes the center. Others will follow. So I am chanting the holy name. I am there, the holy name is there. Who is more respectable? Holy name. So he should be in the center. But throughout my chanting, who is in the center? Me in the center. Actual. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. In Prasadam, I'll take this, then I'll take rest, then I or mine. This is mine, this is why he's doing like this, I'll take care of him. Whole chanting, I am thinking about me and mine, me and mine. So even in chanting, if this soul, this conditioned soul, who is thinking himself better than the holy name, how can he think himself Trinadapi Sunachan? So how it will start? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, it will start by taking complete shelter of the holy name. So when you are chanting the holy name, it will be chanted with full respect. When our mind is deviating, we should tell our mind, no, I am not important. Holy name is most important. Give attention to the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Each and every syllable is very, very important, very, very respectable. It has to be honored. So when we do this, then gradually we are associating with the holy name, then we are associating with Radha Krishna, then this offensive mentality will go. Prabhupada says we have to become godly. How will we become godly? By close association with God, we will become godly. So we have to become godly. When we become godly, that is our natural position. Then this offensive mentality will go. So this is a grosser level. While chanting, I am thinking of myself and my enjoyment. Then will come the subtle level. Subtle level will be this, I am the best chanter. I am chanting maximum number of rounds. कितने माला जप करते हो कार्तिक में? 20 only. ठीक है. I chant 32. So I have this subtle thing. I chant more rounds than you. My quality of chanting is better than you. Here also again I am in the center. It won't go so easily. First gross will go. I am thinking of my enjoyment. And sometimes it goes away, then I think, सब सो रहे हैं यार, मेरा कितना बढ़िया माला चल रहा है. So, I'm sadhak number 1. So, this is how nicely I'm chanting. Okay. So, my quality of chanting is wonderful. So, this ego is there. It has also to be given up. And then more subtle level will come. There is no better servant of the holy name than me. I give japa talks. I hold holy name session workshops. I teach devotees how to chant nicely. So I am serving the holy best. This is so subtle. It will go in a so subtle manner. So we have to get rid of all these mentalities, and then our chanting will be offenseless. Okay, but it can be easily achieved if you just try to be attentive on the chanting. All these gross, subtle level, these mentalities will go away if we just focus on each and every syllable. And then we are taking shelter of the holy name because we are totally helpless. Bhurijan Prabhu explains very nicely. The first verse of the Shishtashkam tells us the glories of the holy name. Okay. Now after knowing the glories of the holy name, now I'll chant nicely, I'll do that. Then we know, no, I'm not able to do that because of offenses I commit. Nam namakari bahuda. I'm so unfortunate that holy name is so merciful, but I'm not able to make best use of it because of committing offenses. Okay, now you get rid of offenses. The third verse is Trinadapi Sunichen. Why this verse is there? Because despite my best trials to chant attentively, avoid offenses, I am not able to do that. So I am depending on the mercy. That means I have to take shelter of the holy name. I have such deep-rooted offensive mentality. If I can commit offense against Krishna, what are these living entities? Nothing. ये तो बाल के अग्रभाग के 10,000 वर्ष कृष्ण से जिसने पंगे ले लिए ये तो कोई भी नहीं है. So if I can dare to rebel against Krishna, I can dare to compete with Krishna, what are these living entities? Nothing. So how I can rectify this? By taking full shelter of the holy name, by taking full shelter of Krishna. So despite my best attempts to avoid offenses, to chant attentively, I won't be able to chant attentively. Until unless I consider myself totally helpless and dependent on mercy. And then I chant, and then the mercy will come, and then na dhanam na janam. Then I don't need all these things. Then Krishna comes in the center. This is how flow is, how the flow is. So it's very deep. It's very subtle and very deep. At the same time, it's very easy also. We don't have to do any other thing, just take shelter of the holy name. But we have to understand the science behind this. Why I have to take shelter? Because I am totally helpless. Okay. Any comments or questions? Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for this gross, settle and settle. But it's like settle level also if we see. So, the solution you gave is to take shelter, means to take shelter of holy name, and means being attentive when you are chanting. So, this looks like it's a whole lifetime of. So, now practical steps, what I should be taking. Generally, I understand, yes, I should respect devotees, and I feel I respect devotees. I respect, very rarely, sometimes, I judge them or I speak wrongly. Otherwise, I always respect devotees. So then, how we can move ahead? And chanting time पे तो attentively, तो बहुत ही, I see in my life that due to so much passion, that chanting time पे तो यही होता है कि होली नेम बैकग्राउंड पे है और मैं और मेरे प्लान्स और वही फ्रंट में, तो उसको चेंज कैसे होगा?
That's how we have to change. If I am in the front, I am keeping myself in the center, that means I am considering I am not respecting the holy name. Now I am not realizing that by my being inattentive or keeping myself in the center, I don't think I am disrespecting the holy name. I think it's okay, it's normal, what can I do? But if I take it in this way, how I am offending the holy name? So that will help me to be more attentive. Now I take it, okay, थोड़ा, अपने सेवा के बारे में तो सोच रहा हूँ. I'm just thinking about myself. I'm not thinking about other thoughts. But if I think in this way, If I am during chanting, I am thinking about myself, that means I am giving myself more importance than the holy name. It's an offense to the holy name. If I become careful about it, so that will help me to be more attentive. I'm not saying right from big now our chanting will start 100% attentive, but this helps us to be more focused and more attentive. Wherever I am deviating, oh, you are giving yourself more importance, focus on the holy name. Holy name is more important. Glorify the holy name, and the holy name is important.
Prabhuji, what factors can help me? Because after a few days, I come back to my normal, my standard of just completing official meditator. So what factors can help me for a long time? I can keep fighting every day during chanting.
I think discussing about the holy name. Discuss with equals, discuss with juniors, sharing your realizations, reading and chanting. If you keep on discussing about the holy name, hearing the glories, it helps. So whenever you get an opportunity to share, so that really helps. So I see in Delhi we have Gopi Prabhu, Whenever you meet him, he will share. These days I'm chanting like this, I've read this. So it has helped my chanting. Or some senior devotee comes, he'll asking about the chanting. Even Gopeshwar Prabhu. I've seen these devotees and watching them consistently, daily, very attentive, and their attentiveness is increasing and increasing. Their love for chanting is increasing. It's practical, it's not theoretical. I've seen devotees. You must also have seen devotees. So with these devotees, wherever they get opportunity, they ask questions, they share their realizations, they share with the juniors, tell them how to practice, share with equals their realization, ask seniors, read about holy name. So if you are just doing all these things, the holy name also reciprocates.
Question, Prabhuji. This you said subtle thing is I am better than this devotee. So externally also sometimes, or most of the times, if I see, during this chanting these devotees are talking, they are laughing with each other, they are sitting there and just looking everywhere. So I can clearly see that I am better than them. Then how do I stop myself and tell no, they are Vaishnavas, they are...
Yes. Any idea how to overcome this? It's clearly evident I am better than him. Then how to stop it? Yeah. Yes. There must be something in which they are better than me. Okay. And sometimes devotees may appear to be very casual, not serious, or sometimes they are very serious inside. It's not that you see a devotee in the temple hall chanting very nicely, and one is just... It may not be that internally he may be something else. So it's very, very dangerous, like yesterday we were discussing. Just seeing the external symptoms we judge Sanima. It's very, very dangerous. And even if it is very evident, I am saying he's breaking the regulatory principles, then also there must be something in which he is better than me. And then every devotee undergoes through some phases. Maybe he's going through some bad phase. It can happen with me also. Now, how to help this devotee? He's a very nice devotee. How I can help him? If you really see a devotee is doing very badly in all aspects, so we should have this feeling, how should I help him? But instead of that, we get a feeling, how I am better than him. Let him suffer, I'm better than him. We may think of for some devotees who are dear to us for helping them, not for everyone. So this is how we can convert this negative emotion into positive. My understanding is requires vigilance. We have to be vigilant about our attitude. Because spontaneous response is to be, to have this kind of pride. This is spontaneous, natural for us. But if we remain vigilant and try to chant attentively, then Krishna will help. Okay. Okay, Prabhus. Yes, Prabhu. You want to ask?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you were telling that we are not able to appreciate even this very verse, which is telling that how we should be conscious about the holy name.
Yeah.
So there are two things. One is pride, and another is ignorance. Ignorance is so high. So what is their relative position in the progression of devotional service? The pride and ignorance.
What is it?
Their relative position in the progression of devotional life.
Obviously, they are going down as we progress. As we progress, the pride is going down, and we are. You see, why we take diksha? Diksha is it's a journey for taking us from the false ego to real ego. So these are symptoms of bhav. Bhav means we are situated in our real ego. We got to know of our swarup. But when we start the diksha, we are on a false ego. We are considering ourselves as upadhi. We identify ourselves with the body or designations. But if you are following the process of diksha, then we are approaching towards our real ego. Jiva Swarupa hai Krishna Nityadas. And by the stage of bhav, I know my swarup. In which bhav I am having relationship with Krishna. So that way. So gradually as we progress, surely our pride is going down, ignorance is going down.
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask you, there is ignorance. Because of ignorance also I'm not able to appreciate the verse.
Yeah.
And it might be that because of pride I'm not able to chant nicely.
Yeah.
So it might be because of ignorance or pride. So which comes first? The case might be that because today it is because of ignorance, and when I'm advancing tomorrow it might be because of pride. Or it is because of pride today, and then tomorrow when I advance it will be because of ignorance. And then I'll have to cross even that one.
Both go together, Prabhuji. The pride covers the knowledge. Avritam jnana yetana jnanino nitya vairena. This lust or the pride, it will cover the knowledge. So where there is a pride, obviously the knowledge is covered. It makes you blind. Madant. Pride makes you blind. Indra became blind. Indra is a demigod, king of demigod. But in Govardhan Lila, he was blind due to pride. So anytime pride comes, our knowledge is covered. That way.
And Prabhuji, there are few very bad qualities that I'm trying to figure out in myself, like being judgmental, and comparing with others.
Yeah.
And always feeling negative vibes whenever meeting, getting negative vibes from few particular devotees. Whenever I see them, negativity overcome me. So how to get out of these qualities?
All these kinds of negative vibes, doubts, this is all because of our false ego. And Prabhupada is writing in, I've forgotten the chapter, in one of the Krishna book chapter was writing, if the whole world is appearing hostile to us, everyone is just after me, it is because of our low level of Krishna consciousness. If our Krishna consciousness is good, the world will appear friendly to me. If my consciousness is low, the world will appear hostile to me. And His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj defines the humility in a very nice manner. And humility, how much humble I am, it can be judged How many persons I consider they are on the enemy side, you know. Okay, these people are against me, he's also against me, he's also against me. That means my ego is very high. That means my ego is getting hurt by so many people because it is very high. By small things, my ego gets hurt. So I think this person is after me. He wants something. He wants to snatch my pose. He wants to take away this. So that shows high ego. So more people I consider others as my competitors or as, you know, as my rivals. So that means my ego is high. So how it will go away? Just again by nice attentive chanting and increasing my Krishna consciousness. So all these kinds of doubts, negativity comes from false ego. You know, it's good that you are identifying. But if you just try to follow the process nicely, everything will evaporate. It will go away. One day we feel so nice with one person. The same day, after a few moments, we start feeling negative with them. It's our fluctuating modes of nature, our ego. All the best. Yeah. Okay. So we go ahead. Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay.
So, Prabhuji, when I try to chant with concentration, my mind wanders off into, thinking about all the things that I need to do in terms of my sadhana or seva. So, mind convinces, do I know that, I have the rest of the day to take care of all these things? But still, mind convinces that, this is the time to think about all these things.
Yeah.
So, any tips on how I can stop myself, from falling prey to this trick of the mind?
Yes, certain things can help us. Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Thakur Maharaj says, when mind is not getting attentive, you should try to chant loudly and with attachment. Go to some separate corner, start chanting loudly and attachment, crying to the Lord. Let me chant attentively. Please help me. We can only make efforts. We can only cry and try. Ultimately, it comes by mercy. It's not in my hand. Holy name is not in my hand. I can control it. Today I'll chant attentively. No. Holy name is Abhinatva Nam. I cannot control the holy name. Today I've decided to chant attentively, I'll chant attentively. No. It's not possible. And I cannot tame my mind also. That is also beyond my range. Only if the holy name agrees to descend on my tongue, he will descend. The only holy name can control my mind. I have to just be an instrument. I should allow the holy name to control me. And that's how we have to just that way. Indeed, that mode, that's why we'll become helpless. That.
Thank you, Prabhuji. One more question. So we hear from our seniors that when you are chanting, you should first ask yourself what you are chanting for, what I am doing bhakti for. So when I confront myself this question while chanting, I am faced with this, this reality actually. I am faced with this reality that, I don't want Krishna. In my heart of hearts, I know that, I don't want Krishna. And when I am faced with this reality, I find it a little difficult, to concentrate or to, surrender to the holy name while chanting. So,
what do you want then?
I know I should chant. According to Sambandha Gyan, I know I am Krishna's eternal servant. I am supposed to.
But your heart says, what do you want?
Yeah, but my heart says, maybe later I can surrender to Krishna.
Yeah, but now what we want? All the things of this material world, what?
Of course, I want to come out of it.
Yeah.
But then there's this aspect to it.
Yeah, so we may say that my heart is so much in ignorance that even doesn't realize the need of Krishna. So we can pray, let me realize the need of Krishna. Because theoretically I know I should be needing Krishna, but I'm not. I'm in such a state. I am not realizing the need of Krishna. So please bring me to this level that I should realize the need of Krishna.
So prayer helps.
Huh? Prayers.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, we'll move forward. So this is how Bhakti Asami Sindhu. Again, Prabhuji. Tears and hairs. Yes, Sadhuchan Prabhu. He wants to say something.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, a small change in heart brings a very great happiness.
Yes, yes.
So while chanting, we should try with our heart,
We should.
from our heart. Okay. Before focusing on chanting due to feeling loneliness in ISKCON, day before yesterday you said 70% of devotees feeling loneliness. So due to loneliness, many years happened, sleepless nights we spent. But now when our heart has got open for the chanting name, now due to ecstasy and happiness, again sleepless nights are going on due to happiness. So we try to chant with our heart. Just a small change, Prabhu, brings a big happiness. But we are not chanting properly.
Yeah. Good. Yes, Prabhuji. You can. We can read this.
Tears and hair standing on end are the ordinary symptoms of the heart melting. When the Uttama-adhikaris who are Nirmatsaya chant, they will experience the sweetness of the name. In that state, there will be the symptoms such as tolerance and tears. When the majority of Kanishta adhikaris with Matsara chant, they will
Matsara
not...
means envy.
They will not experience the sweetness of the name, and transformation of the heart will not take place. The symptoms starting with tolerance do not appear. Even though they may show tears or hair standing on end, they should be criticized as having iron hearts.
Very practical. You know, while chanting we may be crying also, hairs may be raising on the end also. But the first symptom of the bhav is kshanti. That means tolerance. You know, tolerance also means forgiveness. Forgiveness is the other side of tolerance. One who is tolerant, he will forgive also. Tolerance means having a very big heart, accommodative heart. You know. So if I'm chanting and crying, but I don't have tolerance, I get hurt very soon. I'm not able to forgive people. I keep grudges, I keep resentments. That means the bhava, that's not the real tears, you know. Heart has not changed. So heart has changed means I may have some ill feelings for the other devotees, it's gone. That is the heart change. I accommodate the mistakes of others. I accommodate people are insulting me, I accommodate that. Tolerance, kshanti, without getting disturbed. That is the first symptom of the bhav, kshanti. Avyarth kalatvam, I don't waste time. So such symptoms should appear. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just like you said that we should be tolerant and we have the big heart, and we should, if someone is insulting us, still we have to tolerate.
Yeah.
But isn't that we are encouraging that front person that he can keep on, we are tolerating and he's just kind of, indirectly encouraging him.
Yes, Prabhuji. So our Vaishnava philosophy is, on the personal level, if he's insulting me, I should take it as a mercy. I mean, theoretically speaking, it's difficult that he's trimming my false ego. Whatever false ego I have, he's helping me to overcome my false ego. But if he's going against my guru, he's insulting some other Vaishnavas, he's harming the mission, then I should not tolerate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tolerated all kinds of insult. Ramchandra Puri insulted him, you're sannyasi eating so much. He just tolerated. He reduced his diet. But when Nityananda Prabhu was attacked, he didn't tolerate. You know. So when others are being attacked, others are being insulted, mission is being attacked, then we should roll like a lion. But if someone is insulting us, saying me against all these things, the best option is to tolerate.
Isn't that we should not retaliate, or we can go to some seniors and complain that?
Yeah. Best first option is to tolerate. Ideal. If you're not able to do that, feeling disturbed, go to the senior and report. I mean, first, that is the third, to report. Second is go to some seniors and reveal your heart. Help me to tolerate. If he's not, then go officially to the authority and report. This person is after me, always insulting me, do something. If I retaliate, I generate one more karma. If I also suna diya khub, so he has generated karma, I have generated karma. Maybe offense also. Because if I retaliate, I am in angry mood, I can also be offensive in my language, in my action. So that is how he is committing offense, I am also committing offense. So now offense is never justified. First he committed offense, then I committed offense. No, offense is offense.
Even defending yourself also will be considered.
Yes, offense is offense. Yeah. Because we are not supposed to retaliate. So there is an offense. So offense is offense. There was no justification. What can I do? He did first. That is different thing. When we sit in a marriageal meeting, we say, okay, Prabhu, pehle inki galti thi, inko nahi karna chahiye. That way we may say that. But it's not that I have retaliated, so that's an offense. If I use offensive language or offensive action. So the best option is, but if I am not so advanced in Krishna consciousness, then I can take the help of the senior devotees. They can help me to adjust to the situation. And if it is not helping, then I can take the help of the authorities to take some official action. So we have all these channels.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. With just tears and hair standing on the end.
Yeah.
So इस stage पे फिर ये क्या है? Sometimes we see some devotees,
Yeah.
in kirtans or in classes,
Yeah.
not to show off,
Yeah.
but sitting here and there, they may be like feeling some tears.
Yeah.
So is that or what it is the stage?
So there can be two categories of people. वो may start crying, or may show the प्रभु देखो बाल खड़े हो रहे हैं. हो सकता है. So one can be sahijias, and other is, as NOD in Bhakti Swami Sindhu says, Rati Abhas. It's Abhas of Bhav. When we are in the association of pure devotee, they are chanting, seeing their ecstasy. So Bhav in their heart gets reflected in our heart. So literally, I am not imitating, but literally the tears start coming, hair stand and that's Rati Abhas. It may happen. You go to Mayapur Dham, you Kirtan Mela, seeing the devotees chanting, dancing, and you also feel the same way. And after that it's gone. But that also is very purifying. Rati Abhas. The devotional service is so strong, even an Abhas. Although I have all kinds of material desires in my heart, but the power of advanced devotees, power of Dham may reflect in my heart. So there are two kinds of Rati Abhas. But one is, I think, Pratibim and one is Chaya. So Pratibim is this, with association. Chaya may be, our person may be very inquisitive. How they are dancing so nicely. Let me see. क्या कौन सा मंत्र है, क्यों इतना खुश हैं, कैसे हैं? And he goes in their association, and he also gets that chaya, their shadow, out of curiosity. So these are genuine, but they are transient. They are not permanent. So sometimes we may experience these things, but they are transient, they come and go. And others, Sahijas may be there, which Rupa Goswami is saying. They may show tears, they may show like this, but then they are again to their bad habits, and they just want to have the cheap adoration, so they are Sahijas. But in the Abhas, out of this Asht Sattvic Vikar, they can exhibit only two, tears and raising of hairs. But the Sahijas can imitate all 8. They can start crying, they can start rolling on the ground, they can start trembling also. So, but the Rati Abhas will show only tears or raising of the hand. But it is genuine, they are not showing off. They are not, it's Abhas.
In connection to Prabhuji's question, in retaliation, we don't retaliate for ourselves, okay? Yeah. So when you say when the person is offending mission or offending other Vaishnava, only when we feel connection to that Vaishnava, only when we have connection with that mission, we retaliate. Yeah. Otherwise, if somebody is criticizing some other Vaishnava Parampara Acharya, we don't feel connection though, so we don't retaliate. So is it not extended selfishness?
Yeah. Maybe extended selfishness, or maybe we are not, maybe our circle of influence is not so big. If we have circle of influence, then we can also influence the opinion of others or correct them. No.
So still we retaliate when somebody offends other Vaishnava who is connected to us.
Yeah.
I will tolerate the offenses towards me. It's okay. When I am responding back to other Vaishnava who is connected to me, I'm retaliating. I'm considering it is offense towards me, so I will retaliate more now.
Yeah. He's from my group.
No, that time all the things which were there, hold it back. Everything comes out.
Yeah. So Krishna knows the best why you're retaliating. So we should be honest, whatever is there. You see, we should not force ourselves. We should not imitate such devotees. That Parikshit Maharaj was cursed, then he took it so happily. We cannot imitate. If we imitate, we'll go into depression or something other.
Yeah.
No? So we should remain what we are. But we should know the channels, We should at least ensure that at the spur of the moment, I should not try to react. Because at that time, I may lose the control of myself and I may say anything offensive, abusive, and for which I'll have to suffer. So the best course is to go to our spiritual authority or managerial authority and try to sort out the matter. And if I'm advanced enough to tolerate it without getting disturbed, that is the best. Once I went to Guru Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, in the meeting they really insulted me. Maharaj Italian, so what? Problem solved. The Maharaj said, I have been insulted many times. So what? Khatam. Baat hi khatam. He didn't ask kya hua, kaise hua. Then he told me, become thick-skinned. Moti chamdi ke ban jao. Why do you get disturbed on small things? Become thick-skinned. So Maharaj's level is that I was not able to tolerate. I went to Maharaj. He really sorted it out. Don't take it so seriously. It keeps on happening. So that way, so we cannot imitate such advanced devotees, but we should be aspiring for that. And at the same time, if I'm not able to adjust myself, I'm feeling very disturbed, then I should go and reveal my heart to other senior devotees.
I feel that's when we come to that practical ground, that's where one thinks that this Trunadapi Sunichena Shloka is for newcomers. I know what is practice, as you mentioned in the presentation, you said that. So this is for newcomers. Now I know practically where to bend, where to stand.
Yeah, that's wrong, and that's
where that thought comes, I feel.
Yeah, that's what this kind of thought and this kind of manipulative attitude, that is harming our devotional service. That is killing my simplicity, my innocence. Vaishnava means simplicity.
So how to resolve it in the
That's
practical
it.
ground?
Resolve it and follow the process.
Newcomers, once he comes, he doesn't know how he will get exploited.
Yeah.
Definitely, there are some people who are looking for such kind of people in the community. So newcomers, they don't know. That's why the seniors or preachers, they safeguard themselves to their people to get away from such kind of people and safeguard, give instructions whenever it is required.
Well, you see, it depends what interest we have. If I know this is good for this particular devotee, he should be protected from certain atmosphere. So we can protect that, but we should not have this kind of mentality that he will be exploited.
That is one concern most of the youth preachers also have.
I don't think so. We should have this kind of, because then this mentality goes into them also. And in a way, this is a kind of a disrespect for those seniors, those devotees. So it has to be addressed. Yes, they can be the newcomers, they need certain protections, there's certain favorable atmosphere for their Krishna consciousness. They may not be able to take so much of exposure. It may be very shocking for them if they see the certain things in the temple. So they may be gradually exposed. So that is a part of the training, how we have to expose them gradually.
Thank you.
But it's a very subtle and very tricky thing, because when we come into this kind of dynamics, then we lose respect, we lose our innocence, simplicity, our faith in manipulation increases, our dependence on mercy decreases. This is what is happening. And in the long run, it really harms us. In the short term, we may get benefit.
Unfortunately, even I see youngsters also, they take
Yes.
shelter of the seniors who can manipulate the best way.
Yes, and these youngsters are also very smart. They know what works here. This is good. Lecture में अच्छा है, ये आंसर है. Reality ground में आओ भाई. अब ground में कुछ और है. चलो. How to manipulate seniors, how to get things done. They learn this art of manipulation. Then art of chanting goes away. On the ground, what is that? On-job training, they get this. How to manipulate the seniors, how to manipulate this, how to adjust to the situation, politics, everything. So our innocence, simplicity, everything is gone. And I'm not saying that we should remain like a fool. We should not be like a fool. At the same time, we have to remain simple. So it's not easy, but that is the only way of progressing in Krishna consciousness. Going deep in Krishna consciousness. That is the only way. I'm saying these things, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that I'm following it. But it has happened with me also, and I've seen others also, how our consciousness gets compromised gradually.
Yes, thank you.
No, Sundar Chaitanya Babu, where is your experience? This is how our change of heart stops. This kind of mentality blocks the change of heart.
This one block, I also have seen that because of the institution, that some things are there which we need to deal also, and as a sincere sadhaka, we are not supposed to be in that situation. But then I have seen that like whoever is our role model, they protect and guide us in right path.
Yeah.
If that is little tampered, role models, or we have a wrong role models, then becomes very difficult because he feels that I am doing exactly right as my role model, and then both of them they go to ditch.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah. And we should have faith in the holy name. We should have faith in Srimad Bhagavatam. We should have faith in praying to the deities. These are our weapons. So we should take shelter of them. So these are the times when we should take shelter of them. And ultimately, things will come out, Manipulations, tricks, this don't happen. Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhuji, again continuing with the question. As you said that devotees should be simple and simple, but Chanakya Pandit said that, the straight trees are first cut.
Yeah?
In the jungle, when the trees are straight, that are the first target which are cut down. So if we are so simple, and we had seen also, this is a personal experience which I'm trying to, I've seen, devotees, sometimes they are getting more exploited by by various way. So isn't not that we should be little
Smart.
Yeah. Or is it being? I hope I'm not able to put my question properly.
Yeah,
So being
more
little,
tactful.
tactful expert, so that we can save ourselves, in such kind of situation. And for that we have to be little manipulative. We have, and sometimes in the services also, and it is very necessary to do that. And if you go directly, it is no. Then we use some tricks so that could be going for yatra or just like that. So is it good, or it's how we can?
Yes, Prabhuji. I mean, it depends on our nature, Prabhuji. Every person has different nature also. We see Ramanand Rai dealing with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Ramanand Rai was expert diplomat, Gradually he improved the impression of Prataprud in the eyes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In a way, we can say he was very tactful in dealing with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Others devotees used to come, Mahaprabhu used to reject straight away. Don't talk of Prataprud with me. But Ramanand Rai was gradually, making the inroads into the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if the intention is good, for the deity service, for the service, sometimes the management is not able to appreciate the need. And authority may not be able to appreciate. Then I have to use something. Trading is thoda sa ghee nikalta hu. So that it is for this service. But it should not become the practice. It should not become the practice.
So for the service we can
Rare occasions. Rare occasions. Like Vasudev, for saving Devaki, he used diplomacy. He was frightened inside, but he was smiling and he was appreciating Kansa, glorifying Kansa. Because intention, higher purpose was there. So for higher purpose, we can use diplomacy in some manner. But we have to be very, very careful. It should not come into our nature. And I should not use it for my personal gains, my personal benefits, or for personal gains. I should not use it that way. So sometimes we have to do, because we all are conditioned souls and we are not perfect, ideal in our dealings. So I need something desperately for my service. I need that, but the senior authority is not able to appreciate that. So somehow I may sometimes do that, but one has to be very careful. It should not become my nature. That much we have to do that. Otherwise, in one instance, I have a devotee, so who's in such a situation where his nature and the authority's nature is totally 180 degree. And the authorities are not able to appreciate the mood of Prabhupada, how the Prabhupada used to run the temple. And this devotee is really struggling. And they are in a way using this person, whenever they need him, they use him. So I told Guru Maharaj, he has been cheated twice. This devotee has been cheated twice. And Maharaj was willing that this devotee should again work with them. So he is totally heartbroken. He has been cheated twice. Maharaj said, let him be cheated 100 times. He is not the loser. So in spiritual life, who wins, who lose, we don't know. We see by external things. ये स्मार्ट बन गया, ये मुझे बेवकूफ़ बना दिया. ऐसा नहीं है. असल में जो डिवोटीज को बेवकूफ़ बना रहा है, वो खुद बेवकूफ़ बन रहा है. In the eyes of Krishna, he is going down. So Maharaj says, let him be cheated 100 times. He is not the loser. He will gain. क्या एक्सप्लॉइट कर लेंगे? More services only. Exploitation is what? Less rest, less facilities, more service. यही है ना exploitation. Less fame, less facilities, more work, or menial services. This is what we can see exploitation. But in the eyes of Krishna, in the eyes of Guru, will gain more. So Maharaj said, let him be cheated 100 times. Don't worry, he is gaining. So this one sentence only gave him so much confidence. He said, okay Maharaj, whatever you're saying, I'm going again. So external things, we can't judge progress in spiritual life by externals. Vritasura and Indra, no, you can see that. Who is being fooled, we don't know. Indra is thinking I am fooling Vritasura, no, but Vritasura is gaining. That way. Okay, yes, Prabhuji.
We
are having this discussion because it's very important, change of heart. So all these small things when we work in institute, these things block our change of heart, and we resort to, easier ways or smarter ways of doing things.
So Prabhuji, just 2 minutes ago which you were speaking, that using it very rarely and with very surety that it's not for your sense gratification.
Yeah.
So it becomes kind of Yukta Vairagya thing then. Something like that.
Yeah.
If you misuse, then so with this mood of hatred, this mood of malice, this should not be there while using this.
Yeah.
And no personal motivation of sense gratification or anything. And Prabhuji, in this case which you just now mentioned of the devotee who is cheated twice, so this is a very high philosophy that, Prabhu, you are a neophyte and you practice servant of servant. We are expecting from you this, and the senior leader, they after so many years also nowhere near servant of servant, even not ready to think also. So how we expect that devotee to continue?
Yeah, because Guru wants. Spiritual master wants that. He has expressed his state of heart to the spiritual master. Spiritual master says, okay, I'll take care. Managerially, whatever can be done, I'll do that. But even if they cheat them again, no problem. If they cheat you again, no problem.
But then this devotee, he may leave.
He is not leaving. Guru knows who can take what. Guru knows. So he is taking the right spirit.
Just like he was mentioning that जो सीधे होते हैं वही पहले कटते हैं, जो पेड़ सीधे होते हैं वही पहले कटते हैं.
कटेंगे मतलब इस संसार से कटेंगे. संसार से कट जाएंगे पहले. बहुत अच्छी बात. इस संसार में खड़े रहे तो फायदा क्या? तो देयर नंबर विल बी द फर्स्ट. किसको संसार से पहले कटना? जो सीधे हैं वो कट जाएंगे पहले. अच्छी बात.
तो प्रभु जी, अगर उसको अभी गुरु ने तो इतने हाई लेवल एक्सपेक्टेशन दे दी, और वो डिवोटी को हमको लग रहा है कि भी इसको सपोर्ट करो, इसको कुछ इसको सहानुभूति दो या कुछ सपोर्ट करो कि ये हैंडल कर पाए इतना हैवी.
So Maharaj is supporting him also. Maharaj is regularly talking with him over phone, personally calling him. So Maharaj is not just thrown him, just Maharaj is calling him personally, hearing him, trying to improve the situation gradually.
So somebody who is going through this very high level expectation experiences, seeing to the system to support him some way, while ensuring no ill things are given to him towards seniors.
Yeah.
So that support is arranged, should be arranged. That is.
Yeah, what best can be arranged should be done. So the point is we should try to keep our heart as clean as possible. No ill feelings, no resentments, no manipulations, no tricking. Then we will chant nicely. Otherwise, तो उसको ये घुमाना है, उसको ये घुमाना है, उसको ये घुमाना है, ये घुमाना है. So हम ही घूम जाएंगे चंटिंग में, घूमते रहते हैं. Yeah.
And somebody may feel that सीनियर्स ऐसे कर रहे हैं और इस जूनियर को सपोर्ट देते रहो, तो हम भी तो कुछ करने के लिए आए हैं, हम भी तो कुछ सेवा करना चाहते हैं. We also want to see something flourishing, something moving ahead. My service area or temple or preaching or anything. तो सीनियर तो ऐसे हैं, वो बैठे ही हैं और जूनियर्स को सपोर्ट करना पड़ रहा है, क्योंकि वो तो चीज़ें मूव कब होएंगी आगे. सीनियर तो ऐसे ही हैं, फिर वो I will also feel dissatisfaction. Yeah.
You see, things should move forward, mission should move forward. If I am having concerns, I go and share it with my spiritual authority. With my authority, they share. They say, okay, now go slow. I'll go slow. They say, no, go all out. I'll go all out. We are here for serving, for pleasing Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada's representative, they say, no, go slow, no problem. We'll go slow. They say, go fast, we'll go fast.
मेरी नेचर है, मैं कुछ करना चाहता हूँ.
करना चाहते हैं तो करना है, ठीक है. हनुमान जी को महाभारत में बोला खाली चिल्लाओ बस, झंडे पे बैठ जाओ बस. हनुमान जी बोले क्या, यू डोंट नो माई पोटेंशियल. 18 दिन का 1 दिन में ख़त्म कर देता हूँ. सी माई ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड, मैन ऑफ द मैच, रामायण. और झंडे पे बिठा दिया खाली. इसमें लगेगा ना कि भगवान को यूज़ करना नहीं आता है, डजंट नो हाउ टू यूटिलाइज द सर्वेंट्स. नो, अभी तुम्हारा यही सर्विस है, चिल्लाओ बस. चिल्ला लेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. जब चिल्लाने को बोले चिल्ला लेंगे, जब लड़ने को बोले लड़ लेंगे. टाइम की बात, इट डजंट स्टे फॉर एवर. दिस फेजेस कम एंड गो.
तो उस टाइम के लिए फिर मैं कोई और सेवा ले लूँ, फिर
जो बताएंगे कर लेंगे, और क्या, बस खत्म. We should have faith in the spiritual master's words. Okay, if you want me to do this now, I'll do this. And tell our condition of heart, I am feeling this. So he understands. Why to take so much of tension, Yes. नहीं.
कंपेयर कर लेते हैं ना गुरुजी के बार की, देखो वो जो थोड़ा स्मार्टली चल रहे हैं, वो क्या
चलने का फिर वही
सब कुछ मिल रहा है, सेवा भी, सक्सेस भी, फैसिलिटीज भी.
Then you can't have everything, स्मार्टली भी चलना है, चैंटिंग भी अच्छी करनी है, भक्ति में भी आगे भक्ति में भी आगे बढ़ना है, ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है. That means we are not clear about our aim of life. That is the confusion. That is the problem. हम सबके साथ यही दिक्कत है. We have come here to please Srila Prabhupada, please his 2 representatives, that's all. Bas. If they are happy, I am making progress. खत्म. वो बोल रहे यहाँ सड़ो, यहाँ सड़ जाऊँगा, बोले यहाँ फलो, मैं फल जाऊँगा. जैसा वो कहेंगे ऐसा कर लूँ, खत्म. Be here for some time, I'll be here. Come, go in the forward, I'll go forward. Play in the backward, I play backward. Compare क्या करना है इसमें ना? Everyone is doing his role. Let them do.
Right. Prabhuji, you were mentioning that forgiveness and tolerance. So, I want to confirm my conception. Forgiveness is depend on more on the mental level, or tolerance is depend on more on the body level and less on mental level. Is like that?
No. Both are on the mental level as well as bodily level, both.
So then in some situation somebody bodily hurt us, then we can able to tolerate. But mentally grudges goes on.
Huh.
So
Why the pain is going on? Because we are not able to forgive. If we forgive, we easy to tolerate. Then there's no tolerance at all. We are forgiven. Forget and forgive, and nothing to tolerate.
so I feel that this forgiveness is on mental level. So the mind keeps quiet if forgiven.
No, if you are tolerating and you can take it anyway, because sometimes people may hurt us on the mental platform. They may say things or we are mentally disturbed. That also we have to tolerate. Urges of the mind we have to tolerate. Mind may give so many ideas, we have to tolerate. No? Right. Okay, I think we should go. Oh, let's break for the Gayatri. It's 12:30. We could not even complete one verse. Continue for discussion. We'll complete this commentary and then we'll make. Huh? Okay. It's coming. Huh? Screen on. Okay. Where were we? Kanishta Adhikaris. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. आ गया. Okay, where were we? Symptoms starting with tolerance do not appear. Even they may show tears or hair standing on end, they should be criticized as having iron hearts. However, by association with devotees, when they pass through the stages of anartha nivritti, nishtha, ruchi and asakti, with time the heart will melt and the iron heart will dissolve. Hari Bol. So the only hope is following the process nicely in the association of devotees. Okay. Those whose hearts melt but remain iron-like are hard to cure. It's a very interesting statement. Heart is melting, but still it is like iron. They are very hard to cure. Who are they? This is explained in relation to Sabij Yoga Dhyan in 3rd canto. Evam haro bhagvati pratilabdha bhavo bhaktya drahidya utpulka pramodat anukathya bashpa kalayamo hor aradhyamanas tachapi chit bodhisam shankaiva yukte. The unfortunate yogi who has developed love for the God, full of all sweet qualities, whose heart is somewhat soft because of devotion, whose body hairs stand on end in ecstasy, who is constantly overcome with intense tears of joy, gradually withdraws his hook-like mind from the Lord's form. We're discussing the yogis who meditate on the form of the super soul. He has developed love for that super soul also. Tears are also coming, hairs are also standing, but he wants to merge in the impersonal Brahm. He withdraws his mind from this form of the super soul. And this mind is compared to hook-like mind. Okay. Dravadhridya means his heart has melted. However, Badisha, the fish hook, means it is still iron, since the fish hook is made of iron. The bhav that he attains and the melting of the heart are abhas, or the semblance only, since he gradually withdraws the mind from the Lord. Why give up the Lord, who is the real goal of life? By the bhakti in this meditation, he cannot be called a devotee, but a yogi, since he gives pain to the limbs of the Lord, the object of his meditation, by his fish hook heart, which is hard and bent. Because his mind is like a fish hook, which is iron. And with that, he was meditating on the limbs of the Lord, and then he withdrew. That means he has hurt the limbs of the Lord. Our acharyas are wonderful. No? The idea present here are supported later in the text. सवाग यया तस्य गुणान गृणीते करौ च तत्कर्म करौ मनश्च स्मरेद वसंतम स्थिर जंगमेशु शृणोति तत्पुण्य कथा स करना. Actual speech is that which describes the quality of Lord. Real hands are those that work for Him. A true mind is that which always remembers Him, dwelling within everything, moving and non-moving. And actual tears are those that listen to sanctifying topics about Him. These statements, by negative expression, confirm the necessity of practicing bhakti, which is a conclusion of all the scriptures. Okay? So if we continue practicing bhakti in the right mood, in the association of devotees, our heart will surely melt. You know? And if you are going for these shortcuts and all those things, that leads to offensive mentality. And then that stops the change of heart. Okay? So we should have firm faith in the mercy of Guru, mercy of the Vaishnavas, mercy of the holy name, mercy of the process. And if you're dependent on this mercy, surely the heart will change. Okay? Now, Prabhupada's purport also brings out very important points that we'll discuss after the break.